I mean, I think what's
So
interesting about that for a political fight, though, is the role of corn when and other
Mhm.
commodity foods when it comes to ultra processed foods. So
Oh,
if
yeah.
if RFK Jr. in his his simple vision for the nutrition guidelines goes after those industries in the ways that he could, which is
Mhm.
probably beneficial from a nutrition standpoint. What does someone like Rollins, who's running the USDA, which is in charge of all these subsidies for our farmers who produce corn in all those states, where many of them are Republican states, where do we end up in that kind of simple vision of the world? How do those two viewpoints get reconciled?
Well, I think there's real tension here, and it's not even just the processed food element, which is certainly there. So, like, one of the controversies about the dietary guidelines, going into this round. So the last time they were issued is 2020, and now they're due to be released in 2025. So we're in this cycle right now. The controversy going into this cycle was that the committee of outside experts that was asked to review all the evidence and then give the government a report, they had to look at ultra processed foods and essentially whether or not there was enough evidence to tell people to eat less or like I think they were specifically looking at the extent to which we have evidence that ultra processed foods consumption is tied to obesity and weight gain.
Right.
And that committee determined that there wasn't enough evidence to make a recommendation on ultra processed foods. Well, not everyone agrees with that conclusion, right? So
Yeah.
this is a bit of a controversy within the nutrition community or within the like research community. Um, you know, some folks think that like there is enough evidence. It's mostly epidemiological or observational research. So like we can associate like higher consumption of these foods with poor health outcomes. We don't have it's really hard to do like randomized clinical control trials. It's really expensive to do those with nutrition. This is sort of a chronic problem with nutrition. But so I think looking at what the administration could say, looking at what they could say on ultra processed foods, regardless of what this committee said, is kind of where to look.